Hey trig class, we're going to continue looking at even and odd properties of the trig functions. So the even trig functions are cosine and secant. All the rest of them are odd. So that means cotangent is odd, as well as tangent, sine, and cosecant. So again, what it means to be odd is the cotangent of negative pi over 6 is the same thing as the opposite of the cotangent of positive pi over 6. That's an odd functions property, and cotangent is odd. But what we have to do, we have to remember that cotangent on our unit circle, the cotangent of some angle is the x-coordinate there divided by the y-coordinate. So let's look at the unit circle, and we're looking at negative pi over 6. Technically, we can, again, do it with positive pi over 6. So here is positive pi over 6. Right? Cotangent is equal to the x-coordinate divided by the y-coordinate. Okay, now we talked about this in an earlier video, but when the denominators are the same, when you're dividing fractions like this, all you have to do is divide the numerators. So the positive cotangent of pi over 6 is equal to the square root of 3, the x-coordinates numerator, divided by 1, the y-coordinates numerator. All right, but again, because it's an odd function, it's the opposite of that. It's the negation of that. Okay, and then again we simplify. So that means we have to, we don't leave the divided by 1 in the denominator. So we're just going to write it. This is just the negative square root of 3. All right, let's type that in, get our credit for it. Square root of 3, there we go, there's our answer. Now again, the TI calculator cannot give you that number. It can give you a decimal approximation of that number. All right, remember cotangent is 1 divided by the tangent, and then I'm going to put in negative pi over 6. All right, always remember to use this button as negative and not minus. All right, so there's what I input. I get this. Sorry, I'm in degree mode. Make sure you're in radian mode. All right, so there's what I get. I get that number. What I encourage you guys to do, again, is to take those special values that show up all the time in this course. And there's a bunch of these decimals that you see over and over. And you need to get to the point where if you don't know them by heart, and there's going to be a lot, so it's fine if you don't know them by heart, but you need to be able to get to the point where you can know enough of them, know the ones that you see all the time to where you can type them in on the calculator and see, okay, well, that's the negative square root of 3. You can plug in all the ones that you see a lot and easily get their decimal with the calculator if you don't have their decimal memorized.